Hey everybody, it's Chris with the Rediscovering Rhode Island channel. Today we are in beautiful Swan Point Cemetery. We're right in front of the Seekonk River, as you can see behind me there. So we can just see the tail end of some rowing crew out there. There they go. A turkey posing with the turkeys. Wow. So I don't know who this carpenter guy was, but wow. I'm assuming that's a statue of him. Pretty cool. So I grew up in Rhode Island, lived my first 26 years of my life in Rhode Island before moving away decades ago. I've always had a fascination with history, and I've never been to Swan Point Cemetery. And I'm guessing I'm not the only Rhode Islander who's never been here to Swan Point Cemetery. This place is so awesome. I just got here, but I don't know where to begin this video because as I was driving in, I saw so many awesome, incredibly impressive monuments. And so I wasn't sure where to start this thing. So we're gonna check out some of the many amazing monuments here, but this is by no means a comprehensive video of Swan Point Cemetery. We could spend an entire day here easily. And I like to keep my videos short, so we're not gonna spend the whole day here. We're gonna see some really awesome, impressive monuments and maybe learn a little history in the process. This cemetery, like so many cemeteries, is an incredible place to explore and walk around and learn about history. But Swan Point Cemetery is like a park. I mean, the way it's laid out, the hills, being along the Seekonk River, it really is like a park. Now this is pretty impressive. Wow. This is something. Sitting up on this little knoll. Very impressive. H.P. Lovecraft, who was the Stephen King of his time, a Providence guy, is buried here. General Burnside from the Civil War, and he was a former governor of Rhode Island. He's buried here. We're going to certainly find those graves. This is pretty cool. This must be a family site elevated here. The Lockwoods. Wow. This is incredible. There's so many historic cemeteries in Rhode Island, 3,000 or so, but this has to be one of the most beautiful, no doubt about it. So the Lippett family. Remember Fred Lippett? Oh, look at this. Wow. This is amazing. Just amazing. So I guess this is actually the entryway here. I'm guessing everyone in this, it's not a circle, but in this triangle here, is part of the Lippett clan. I see a Metcalf grave here. Wow, look at that. Now look at this, all by itself here. I'm not going to even attempt that. Died in Newport, Rhode Island, 1916. Is that during World War I? Maybe something happened? Maybe his children? Oh, 2005, so that's recent. 1946. Wow. Talk about an impressive entrance. Wow. Who is this guy? So in this big triangle, it looks like there are 3 gravestones, Greek grave markers. Swartz. Gardner T. Swartz. And his wives, all 3 of them. And then this must, oh no. Oh no, I don't know what happened there. And there's another one on this side. Oh, there's a couple on this side. Nothing back here. Don't know what to make of that. This is something. Wow. I guess the entire family's here. And then if that's not impressive enough, he's got some impressive neighbors too. Check that out. Pretty impressive. Morse. Wow. You could spend an entire day reading these graves. And then look at this guy up here, Billings. That's pretty impressive. He's got his little mausoleum walled off. And then in the back, you've got the entryway, 1869. Wow. I mean, look at that. The more I weave my way through this beautiful cemetery, the more I realize how much there is to see here. And I see a marker on this tree here, which I think is pretty cool. Let's just see what this is all about. Oh, sugar maple. So just when you think you've seen the most impressive monument, you have not. Check this out. I mean, I wonder if they called this Millionaire's Row. Knight. Remington. Look at that. Just one impressive grave after another. Elliot. Green. That's a big Rhode Island name. Pierce. Oh. Sometimes this gets sad. Baby, Isabella, mother, father, M period, A period, P period. Just initials. And then look at this one at the end. Wow. Champlain. Very impressive. And then I'm just looking. There's so many lanes in this cemetery. I wasn't joking when I said you could spend a day. You could probably spend a day here and not see it all, but look at that. Oh, Sprague. Wow. And right across the lane is Aldrich, another big Rhode Island family. Is this, I don't know if Nelson Aldrich is buried here. I should know that, but I don't. This channel, again, I'm not an expert on Rhode Island. I'm a guy getting reacquainted, rediscovering my native state. I don't see Nelson's name here, but he probably is buried here, just not at this particular site. Okay, I cheated a bit. I looked it up on Google, and I believe this is the site of Nelson Aldrich, nowhere near the other Aldrich that we just saw, but it looks like there's multiple layers to this. I guess that's the family crest, or did they have 2 crests, or is that just a decorative thing? This one died in 1974. He was part of the founding of the Federal Reserve, which I believe was 1913. Known as the General Manager of the United States when he was in the US Senate. He was a big deal within the Republican Party. And maybe this is, oh, people have left, okay, so here you go. Wow, so he died right after the Federal Reserve was established. By the way, I'm not commenting on the Federal Reserve, pro or con, I'm just making an observation. And I guess this is their extended family. Wow. So I'm just noticing this little pathway here. I think this might be a back entrance to that grave, in case we missed anything just from looking at it from that other side. Or maybe this has no connection to it, but it is adjacent to it. Oh, this is a completely different family. Wow, Webster. And we are, you can't tell because of the foliage, but we are overlooking at this grave, just like at the Aldrich gravesite, the Seekonk River. And adjacent to that grave is another gravesite that is incredibly impressive, so we have to check that out, right? Wow, Waterman. Oh, and there are a lot of gravestones here. This is huge. Another impressive entrance. Wow. Just incredible. So we are just downslope from the Aldrich gravesite, and I saw this impressive figure here, which happens to be overlooking the beautiful Seekonk River. This channel is not a cemetery channel, although I am kind of fascinated with cemeteries, especially beautiful cemeteries like this one, historic cemeteries where you can read the graves and go back in time 100, some cases 200 years. Okay, I mentioned earlier H.P. Lovecraft, who is the Stephen King back in his day. Someone left a couple of cents. He was a horror novelist, and I believe, the engraving might be just so faded, but I believe it says, "I am Providence" at the bottom of that grave, unless it's in the back. It must be just faded away. Wow. So I believe the Rhode Island flag indicates this is, so this is the gravesite of General Burnside, who was a Civil War general. I'm not sure he was the greatest of all generals, but he also served as Rhode Island's governor. That's an impressive plaque, isn't it? But he was a great man. And I guess this was his wife. Lots of impressive folks here. Again, I could spend a day here and I could shoot a 12-hour video and I would not capture the beauty, the history, the majesty of Swan Point Cemetery. Okay, I don't know what this is. I don't see any grave markers or stones on this plain here, but I saw these stairs and I thought, there's got to be something up here. So let's check this out. Wow. I mean, talk about an impressive Governor William Sprague. Wow. I don't know if you can read that. You know, the sun's shining right into the camera. We'll see how it picks it up. Wow. Very impressive. And yet there's no grave marker here. Maybe that's the point of it, the simplicity of just, or maybe it's back here. I would have thought it would be in the center of this circle, but let's go check this out. Wow, the commanding views you'd have up here when the foliage was down. Oh, I wonder if I'm on the wrong side of this. Maybe we should come in through that way. Yeah, of course, what a dingling I am. So we were at the top of his little mausoleum, but this is amazingly impressive. Wow. Very impressive. Wow. So I don't know who this Barnaby guy was. Barnaby Jones, maybe? That was a joke. That was a joke in poor taste. We're in a cemetery, but this is impressive. This is really impressive. I'm gonna get an angle from the other side so the sun isn't shining right into the camera lens. Wow. Oh my. I don't know if you can see that. This is just incredibly impressive. Wow. If you've not been to Swan Point Cemetery, and my guess is that many Rhode Islanders are just like me, they've never been, you need to put this on your list. And I can only imagine what this cemetery is like in the fall when the leaves start to turn. It must be incredible, and I'll be back, that's for sure. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please hit that like button. If you have any comments on anything we saw, anything we talked about, please put it in the comments. If you're not a subscriber to the Rediscovering Rhode Island channel yet, if you'd hit that subscribe button, I sure would appreciate that. And until the next video, thanks for watching and have a great day. Bye-bye.